what's different here, they beat the numbers because they had a 17% increase in total communities. So that means you got a lot more opportunity to have positive order growth, positive in terms of home deliveries. Meanwhile, pricing is going down, and really we're at the very end of the spring selling season, which is 45% of the industry sales. So it's a good quarter, but if we did a same apples comparison with last year, it would have been down. Good for KB Homes. They're nimble. Lennar is so big, they missed.
You have a sell on KB though, Ken?
I do.
Talk us through that, and are you going to change that perspective?
So KB Homes has a higher concentration of geography in the West Coast. That's an area that has been difficult. Also, KB Homes still doesn't have most of their communities in entry-level homes. A name that we like is Meritage. The ticker is MTH. They're furthest along in the small, mid-sized home builders of getting where the demand is, as mentioned before.
I mean, what do you make of the home builder stocks lately? They've been all over the place. The hope was lower rates would spur some more activity. We've seen it in a little bit in the refinancing and mortgage application data. Mixed bag, though.
It's taken the edge a little bit off the affordability problem, but I do think that the volumes, land costs, all the stuff that are not really directly under the control of interest rates are not necessarily helping out. And, it's interesting, Ken, I wonder, there's a lot of attention right now on how rent is becoming unaffordable in a lot of areas, and there are so many land use restrictions, and maybe there's going to be some political moves to loosen some of that up in some regions of the country. Is that the kind of big picture stuff you have to look toward in order for housing as a category to be, I guess, a leadership sector for the economy?
The rental market is still outstanding, and we are seeing excellent demand. But bringing it back to home builders with Lennar, they're actually looking to do their first community with a partner to build a community for single-family rentals, kind of like what Blackstone did after the financial crisis. It's telling you something about the outlook for buying new homes as we look ahead for 12 months. Residential REITs, which I cover, are doing outstanding. We think they're doing well in the coastal markets and also in Sunbelt. So I would think rent is still winning out versus home ownership.
What about this tariff issue Diana mentioned that was a negative for Lennar stock on the call? Are we going to hear that from the others? And what's the exposure for the group?
So the exposure comes down to really what impact it has on gross margins. On Lennar yesterday, they mentioned there is some pressure coming in terms of skilled or any labor. Lumber actually has been a positive, and that's related to trade with Canada. So, overall, the big issue for costs is always land. It's 65% of total costs. And to the earlier point, land is getting more expensive, which means you got to increase prices for homes.